It's important to have multiple sources of data, particularly here in China and the South China Sea. Even 2D and 3D seismic, a lot of times it's difficult to interpret where the top of the basement is because the makeup of the basement changes from sedimentary to metamorphic to igneous rocks, and it's a lot of times it's very difficult to pick that. And so being able to use gravity and magnetic data to help interpret where basement is, particularly in the deeper part of the basin, so we know that our sedimentary basins have been buried deep enough to be able to generate hydrocarbons. So prefer to be able to use the multiple data sets. And there's other areas where we're not able to get the seismic because it's off our block, but we need a regional interpretation. And so by having the gravity and magnetic data that's available to the public, we can come up with a good idea of what the structure across the entire basin looks like, not just our particular block that we have. Well, it's important to be able to have the most advanced algorithms and data sets that we can get when we're doing our interpretation. We're spending millions of dollars on drilling wells, and we like to be correct more than drilling dry holes, and so it's important that we have the latest and greatest data sets and interpretations to help come up with a correct product in the end. Working with remote sensing data, gravity, magnetics, it's a very iterative process, and a lot of it is model built, and so there's a lot of input that goes into the models. My initial interpretation going into a model might not actually come out looking like what we think the data looks like, and matching all of the different data sets together, the seismic with the well control, with the gravity and magnetics interpretation. It's very iterative, and we need to be able to pick up the phone and call a person and say, well, let's do this, let's do that, and work together and come up with a good product. And I've always been able to work very closely with the people at IGC, and we've had very good success worldwide.